Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Leadership Lounge with Marlowe Foster. This past Saturday, November 16th, I was on site at the annual Tennis for Good tennis charity in Raleigh, North Carolina. Established in 2013, Tennis for Good is a nonprofit organization seeking to make an impact on communities through funds raised from its tennis tournaments. Evelyn Foster serves as Tennis for Good's executive director, and I joined her live on site. In addition, I talked to Donna Wade. Donna Wade is this year's recipient of the Tennis for Good charitable contribution and serves as the executive director of the Miracle League of Franklin County. The Miracle League is dedicated to the idea that every child, without regard to cognitive, physical, or other emotional abilities, deserves a safe and appropriate inclusive environment to participate in activities, especially baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kick back on the Leadership Lounge with Marlowe Foster. Evelyn, let's start with you. Share your inspiration for Tennis for Good and share with the listeners the history of this charity event.
Sure. Well, Tennis for Good almost started as an accident. In 2013, I was doing some event planning and support for the Lung Transplant Foundation. And after we had done a program called Lungapalooza, like, hey, Ev, we'd like for you to help us with a golf tournament. And I'm like, I really don't do golf. If it was tennis, maybe I could help you. And then I went home and I was like, duh, and you have that aha light bulb moment that you're like, okay, so help them through tennis. It's your passion, so do it. So I gave them a call and said that we were going to do a tournament for them. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work out, so I didn't want any oversight. And whatever we raised, we were just going to happily give it to them. And I didn't know if it was going to be $5 or $50,000, but whatever we raised, I wanted to be able to pass that on to them.
Excellent, excellent. So you've had a variety of charities you've supported since 2013. How do you go about determining each year's recipients, and how have you done in terms of your charitable contributions?
Sure. So we choose charities from in and around the Wake County area. We try to focus in on charities where our contribution will make a significant impact and not be a drop in the bucket. So it'll never be one of your larger international kind of things. We want to be able to make a difference right here at home. And really, we pick it based on tennis player demand. This year we have Tassie McGannon, who I've played tennis with since I've almost started playing tennis. She brought the Miracle League in front of us and said, hey, would you consider us? And we certainly love their mission and what they're about, and we were so excited to hop in and help them out this year.
Well, that's awesome. And Ev, I'm going to come back to you to talk about the future of Tennis for Good and what it looks like. But Donna, let's bring you in now. So our listeners are learning a little bit about the nonprofit space, special calling that it is. I want you to talk a little bit about yourself, how you got started in the nonprofit space, and then talk to us about the Miracle League.
Well, it came because I'm the mother of 15-year-old triplets, and two have special needs. Lacey was born with Down syndrome. Jamie was born with developed autism, and then I have a typically developing son named Derek. And just like any other parent, when the kid turns 4 or 5, you rush them to the nearest rec league and you want to sign them up for something. So we decided to sign up Derek for T-ball. I was joking with my husband. I said, well, let's sign up Lacey also. He's like, you're nuts. She's just going to run around the field. I said, so did everybody else's kids, so we'll be all right. So it started there, where when we went to the local rec league, they allowed us to have like appropriate modifications for a child with Down syndrome. With her being about 5 years old, cognitively, she's like 2 or 3. So I ran the bases with her. I helped her hit. But then time went on. She turned 8. And after rec league, T-ball, the next stop for her is fast pitch softball. She's deaf in one ear. With her cognitive ability at that time, she was more like a 4 or 5 year old. So signing her up for fast pitch softball is just not an appropriate thing for her. So I was kind of very upset, thinking my child's recreation league is over. And then somebody said, check out the Miracle League. That's pretty much how we got started.
Oh, that's incredible. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times people's nonprofit passions are born out of some personal experience that they have. So it's interesting to hear your story about the Miracle League of Franklin County. Yeah, tell me a little bit How many children are you currently serving in Franklin County?
Currently over 50 this season. It bounces between 50 and 75 per season. Our base is Franklin, Vance, Granville, Warren, and Wake County. Where we're located, we're right on the edge of Wake County, which is near Youngsville, so it's near Wake Forest. But we try to pull from all areas. The issue we have is that we are all rural counties, and so getting the word out to a lot of rural counties. But the potential is in Franklin, Vance, Granville, and Warren. There are over 300 special needs kids in the public school sector that we already know about, so it's just reaching them and getting them involved in our nonprofit.
Okay, well that's excellent. And so, do you have a formal partnership with the school system right now, or?
It is informally formal.
Okay.
Several of our, it started, one of our board members was the assistant superintendent of facilities.
Okay.
And he was one of the ones, Tommy Piper. I called him one day and said, hey, I want you to watch this video. Tell me what you think. I want to bring this to Franklin County. So he looked up the website and called me back. He said, I have coached plenty of kids before to the collegiate level. He said, but I've never thought about these kids. He said, let's get together. So that's sort of where our board started forming, with the two of us reaching out. Tassie, as she mentioned earlier, came in when we really started forming our official 12 people board membership. One of the unique things about our program I wanted to mention is that every kid gets a buddy.
Oh, okay.
And the buddy program is awesome. They go out, they essentially become that child or adult that's playing baseball's best friend for an hour, which sometimes lead to long-lasting friendships. They run with the kid, they talk to the kid. Sometimes they put their arms around them and help them swing. Sometimes it's just hanging out with them.
No, that's
and
amazing.
we pull from a lot of the middle and high schools in the community.
That's great. That is amazing. Yeah, I know our children often talk about the buddy program or the bench program in the public school system, where no one should eat alone at lunch, and if you see someone on the bench, you come over. It sounds like you have somewhat of the same model.
It is. That's probably Project Unified, which is a club that is based off of the Special Olympics. A lot of the schools have that. We do partner with them in some aspects of our program.
Amazing, amazing. Donna, I'm going to come back to you to talk about potential expansion in the future. But Evelyn, first, tell me where you're headed with Tennis for Good and what you see for the future.
Sure. So, at a minimum, we will have this tournament once a year, as long as God gives me breath in my lungs. I have big dreams of where I would love to see it go. I would love to see Tennis for Good in all of the 50 states, and just to have a group of passionate tennis players realize that you can do more than just play tennis, but you can take that passion that you have for tennis and turn it into something that really can be a defining moment or a defining transition to people in your community who really, really need you.
Excellent, excellent. And Donna, what about expansion in Franklin County with America?
We have three phases. Phase one is complete, and that was actually building a rubberized turf surface baseball field where kids that have assistant devices, wheelchairs, any kind of special needs can easily maneuver around the bases. With a regular baseball field, you have raised bases. Well, a kid with a wheelchair can't prop their wheelchair on a raised base, so everything is a flat surface and it's rubberized. That phase is complete. We're working on our second phase, which is the field house. The field house has appropriate restroom facilities that the kids and adults need. One thing a lot of people don't think about, like for myself, I have a 15-year-old daughter with autism. She's not potty trained. I need to be able to take her, and sometimes some kids need to be on an adult changing table. So just different scenarios there. Currently, we are using the school's facilities because our field is on the backside of a school. So they have to walk quite a ways into the building, down the hallway, into using an elementary school's bathroom. So we're hoping to finish that up, and that's where we're hoping the Tennis for the Good funds will help put the icing on the cake to finish that facility.
And so, Donna, I've also heard there may be a phase 3 coming for the Miracle League of Franklin County. Can you tell us about that?
I will. Our phase 3 is a handicap accessible playground. There is none anywhere around here except Cary and Johnson County. So for kids with wheelchairs and want to go play on the playground, they'd have to travel 2 hours just to find one near where they could play. So that's our third phase with a picnic shelter. We're going to add that to the side so our parents after the games can hang out, have some fellowship, mingle with parents that have some similarities in their home life.
Excellent, excellent. And I know, again, you are receiving the charitable contribution today, but do you have a website or a phone number that people can call if they're interested in making further contributions?
We do. Our website is www.miracleleagueoffranklincounty.com. We have a Facebook page that you can search the same thing, and we love our Instagram because we love pictures, so you can follow us on Instagram at MLFranklinCO.
Well, I want to congratulate you on being this year's recipient of the Tennis for Good charitable contribution, Evelyn Foster. And listeners, I also have to say Evelyn Foster is my beautiful wife, so full disclosure to the listeners out there, I'm very proud of the work she does with the Tennis for Good charity. We'll love to hear what the final tally is and how you're able to use the money, but I want to thank you for joining us today on the Leadership Lounge, both Donna and Evelyn. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marlowe.